Look at those apples. Oh my goodness me. And delicious. Right, welcome to Next Level Kitchen, where today we're challenging myself to elevate a dish that has a touch of nostalgia. We're going to elevate this delicious pork chop while bringing in a little shake and bake. Right, ready? Watch carefully. Shake and bake, it's a great way of basically coating something smartly without getting too messy. I've done it with chicken, I've done it with veal, I've done it with pork, I've done it with lamb. Today is a humble pork chop. First off, just lightly season this, okay? Salt and pepper, and let it sort of sit for 2 or 3 minutes whilst it's seasoned. Take the back of your spoon, get some mayonnaise, and just lightly, just brush the pork chop generously with a touch of mayonnaise. You'll see why in a moment. We don't need the flour, the egg wash, the breadcrumb. Just coat it nicely and leave it there. Now, that actually starts to marinate the pork chop, but most importantly, it works wonders, especially with the flour. Right, open the bag. Start off with your breadcrumbs, okay? Generously, the breadcrumbs. From there, a little touch of garlic powder. Just a touch, a little teaspoon. In your onion powder. Again, same. Teaspoon. Little touch of paprika. Sometimes I'll put smoked paprika in here as well. That gives the pork chop a little bit of heat. And then from there, a little dried oregano. And from there, some salt, some pepper. And then look, I've got some fresh thyme there. I just like picking off the little buds of thyme. And that makes your breadcrumbs really nice and fragrant. In we go. Just hold up your sprig, pull it from the top and pull down. Remove all those nice little buds of thyme. And it's a really nice way of making these breadcrumbs nice and fragrant. Close that up, give that a really good shake. Really important to season it in there. And look, you can see just how nice those breadcrumbs are. We smell them, we smell that nice little spice, especially the paprika, the onion powder, the garlic powder. Shake. Take your pork chop that's slathered with your mayonnaise, get that in the bag, okay? Cover the bone, hold nice and tight, and then literally give that a good shake. Now, once I've shaken it, I like to then place it down, okay? And literally just press in those seasonings and breadcrumb. Press that in nicely. You can see now what's happened. Got this tender pork chop. It's got this beautiful breadcrumb on there. Like I said, I've done this with chicken wings, chicken thighs, chicken breasts. And sometimes you can do this twice. Take it back out, spoon the mayonnaise over it and put it back in. Because the pork chop's quite thin, look, got that really nice, beautiful breaded pork chop. Hot pan, and this is where we start to take care of the pork chop. Not too hot, otherwise the breadcrumbs will burn, okay? Oil in, this will be a really nice sort of shallow fry. Now, get your pork chop, shake off any excess breadcrumbs in and lay that away from you. Beautiful, in there like that. Turn down the gas. And look at the colour of that thing. Beautiful. That is lovely. Look at the colour of that. Once you've got the sear on it, okay, in with your butter. This is where it's going to start going nice and frothy now. But the flavour in there, you can really smell the herbs. Honestly, it's delicious. Butter base, and look, it's so rich. Look at the colour of the butter. Nice, dark, rich colour. As that butter starts to froth, It creates this really nice nutty brown flavor. The breadcrumbs protect the pork. There's not much fat on that pork, and that's why we cook this thing nice and quick. Look at that. Now, as that's cooking, get your apple, okay, and just from there, go round the core. And all we're going to do now is caramelize these apples, and then think about the combination. Slice the apples, not too thin, down, beautiful. Now, look at that pork. As that butter froths and foams, it really does help cook the pork. Look at that. The smell is delicious. The froth is what gives that pork chop that amazing flavor. Baste every time, bring it out, baste, baste, baste. And then from there, we're going to take that out and just let that rest. Literally 2 minutes on each side. And then just spoon all that beautiful butter over. Now, as the butter sits on top of that pork, it sort of adds more flavor. Now, with the flavor in that pan, keep hold of that pan, okay? Apples in. Caramelize these apples now. I want the flavor from those juices in, okay? Touch more butter, a little seasoning, salt and pepper, and then just lightly sprinkle that with some brown sugar. And now we're going to caramelize the apples. We're going to start a lovely apple sauce. Now, caramelize them. And basically, caramelizing them means we're going to take the water out of the apples. Break them down. Start getting them nicely caramelized. Slice them too thin, they'll all break up and it'll disintegrate into a puree. Slice them with a bit of thickness to them, they can caramelize, hold their shape, and we'll be able to extract all the water from them, and that will impart the flavor beautifully. Now, look at those apples. Oh my goodness me. Touch of sugar over the apples. And now, I'm going to deglaze with a little touch of apple cider vinegar, okay? And what we do now is making almost like the tartness. And look, that gets evaporated. We evaporate that down to a syrup. And then from there, a touch of cider. Apple cider goes in. Beautiful. And then to give this sauce a little touch of body, I've got a touch of demi-glace. Now you could put chicken stock in there, beef stock, but just a couple of tablespoons and reduce that down. Now, look at that. Those apples are delicious. Slide that over, let that cook. Pork is resting. Apples are reducing down nicely. I've got some leftover ball potatoes here, and these are just literally boiled. They're nice and fluffy on the outside. I'm going to fry them for some texture. Hot pan, let's get some color on those bad boys, okay? Potatoes in. Love that. It's almost like a fast-track roast potato. Next to that, I've got some shallots. Slice that nice and thin. Red onion, shallot, onion, it doesn't matter, but it goes really well with the pork and the potatoes. In we go. A little touch of garlic. In. Now, look at that. Beautiful. Now, touch of heat with the potatoes. I like to just go a little sprinkle of chili flakes over the potatoes. Think of the sweetness, the sourness with that sauce, and the chili flakes with the potatoes, delicious. I'm gonna get some scallions. I like to use the ends for the potatoes. I keep all the nice bases in the stalks for the salads, but for the potatoes, just the tops of the scallions are beautiful. It's like this nice sort of wild onion flavor to go right at the end and give them a really nice texture again. Look at that. It's amazing what you can do with leftover ball potatoes. From there, scallions in, and then just let them sit there. It's like this sort of rapid hash brown, really nice. Now look, that's coming down to a syrup. It's glazing beautifully. Apples are still nicely together, they haven't broken up. From there, we just go in with the butter now and finish that with our butter. And then finally, our fresh parsley. Beautiful. And then that just gives that nice little bit of vibrancy to the sauce. I want the sauce almost like a sort of nice apple butter. The cider and the vinegar has done its job. And we almost reduce that right down to a beautiful glaze. Look at that. The consistency is lovely. It's rich and delicious. Right. Pork, potatoes, and apple. This is quite a sort of rustic pork chop. I've got beautiful leftover ball potatoes. Lightly coloured. And the freshness of the scallion tops just sits there with some charm. There is nothing that goes to waste inside the Ramsay household, let me tell you. And then the pork sits there. And then finally, this beautiful glazed apple. And then, there we go. And just a little touch of the sauce on top. Don't want to destroy that nice crispiness. Look at that beauty. Amazing. And there we have delicious shake and bake pork chop. Thank you so much for watching Next Level Kitchen, and please do not forget to subscribe for more exciting videos and visit the description below to get the full recipe.